everyone. Welcome to our first podcast of Haystack Nation. I'm your host, Jesse CS, and I'm here with Enrique Iguaran. He's going to sit here silently while I take over the podcast. We're actually podcasting from, where are we, Enrique?
We're at Palo Duro Canyon, near to Amarillo, Texas.
That's right. So we're here. We're sitting at a picnic table. We just had lunch or dinner or lunch or whatever it was, and what did we have? We had a
haystack.
We had a haystack to celebrate our first podcast.
Yeah, we were starving,
and we were starving because we just completed a brutal 7-mile hike. Not that the hike itself was technical or too difficult, but when you throw in a mix 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, a couple of other 6 and 8-year-olds, I mean, we had
the little ones outnumber the adults, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what made it pretty hard. So my feet are killing me, and that haystack that we had was probably one of the best haystacks I've ever had.
Yes, yeah. I think the hunger, helped a little.
Yeah, and thanks to you and your family, you guys brought the haystacks to begin with. Otherwise, I'd be eating. Well, my bread got moldy.
That's right.
So I would be eating crackers, cheese, and probably a slice of turkey.
Yeah.
But you guys pulled it off, man. Thank you so much for.
Cool. Yeah, man.
For that, and plus the weather was actually pretty decent out here.
But what about yesterday?
Well, yesterday on the way here was an adventure. The whole trip has been an adventure, but yesterday we were driving here. We're coming from the Fort Worth area, right? And we're driving, and I don't know where we are. We're on, whatever, 287? Was that Highway 287?
Yeah, 287.
And all you could see in the horizon was like these dark, ominous clouds. And we're like, is that where we're going?
You're right. We were going straight into them.
Straight into them. That dark. I mean, I've never seen clouds so... It was only like, 6:30 or 7 p.m.
Yeah, around 7:30.
Yeah, and very, very dark clouds. I've never seen anything like it. And the closer we got to it, the more, I don't know, it just seems scary. And so our friend Doane was with us. And so he was riding with me, and I have really poor vision, so I had him switch with me, and he drove, and driving right into that thing was,
I mean, straight line winds.
I think at one point,
heavy rain.
Yeah, I think at one point we were driving 12 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I couldn't even see the road. I mean, it was something else, man.
Then we ended up under the bridge, right?
And we ended up under the bridge. And while we're parked under the bridge, we see a vehicle passing.
A storm chaser
with all the instrumentation on the top. And it's like, oh, wow, this is serious. We got through it. It was fine. But that was an adventure. So today we spent pretty much all day on the trail at Palo Duro Canyon State Park, which for our listeners, if you don't know, it is the second largest canyon in the U.S. The Grand Canyon is number 1, and then in Texas we have the second largest canyon.
Yeah,
did you know that?
I had no idea we had such a beautiful place here.
You didn't even know there was a canyon in here, did you?
No, not at all.
Well, it's fortunate that you got here because you almost didn't even make it on this trip.
Right, there was no more reservation. The place was booked. I had already given up, so I wasn't planning to come.
It's a post-pandemic. Well, that's not post-pandemic. Are we post-pandemic yet?
It's sort of in Texas.
Yeah. I mean, but still, we're kind of in that mode right now where things are slowly opening up, and so you have to reserve a spot to get to the park. And you took forever to try to reserve a spot. And then you almost got left out.
Yeah. I waited till Thursday night. So.
But yeah, you made it. So that's all. Are you glad you made it?
Oh, definitely. Just to have the time here with all of our families, it's a great experience.
And it's a Sabbath right now, right? I mean, we are. It is Sabbath, and we got to enjoy just being outdoors. And it was. What was your favorite part of the day today? What did you enjoy the most?
Well, yeah, definitely, right. No,
the haystack was good.
Well, when we walked down, I mean, walking up there, in the morning was very nice. Just getting here, seeing the view. Yeah. I mean, that was awesome. But, something that I really enjoyed was, y'all were far behind, but I had all the kids with us. And I just said, there was
a reason for that, by the way.
They just couldn't keep going, right? So I said, hey, we still had like two miles to go. And I was like, hey, let's sing some songs. So we sang a few kid songs. They all sang and clapped, and I asked them, which one's next, and they were participating. I had my little choir. So
all right, man.
that was nice.
That's a great way to have the kids pass the time because it was tough.
It was brutal.
It was a brutal day. It was sun, and I mean the weather was nice. It was in the shade. It was really nice. Had a breeze once in a while, but it was hard. So that's good, man. Yeah, that's a nice way to spend the Sabbath on the trail with the kids. Who do you think surprised you the most from all the kids?
Well, I think Kina.
Yeah?
Kina was, at the head. She was leading for a long time.
She never really rested, did she? She kept going.
She just kept going. She was strong.
I got to give props to my little girl, my little 3-year-old girl, because, I mean, I'm not being biased. I mean, I am. I'm being biased.
No, it's heavy.
She really, and we went all the way to the Lighthouse Trail is a trail that we did, and at the very end, you go up a really steep path, and then you get to where the Lighthouse Formation is, right? And at first, we didn't think my little girl would really, do very well, so my wife was going to stay back with her, but I think Doane pressured her to going up. So next thing I know, here she comes with my little girl Evie, and she went all the way to the top, and then coming down was a challenge, but she did really good, and she hung in there. I mean, granted, she got carried quite a bit, but
no, that's understandable. She did really good.
And then the worst part of the day was when we got back and the snow cone thing was closed.
Oh yeah, so we promised the kids, if there's no whining, crying, complaining, there was an open snow cone place right at the entrance. So I was even looking forward to it.
Me too. I was like, yeah, snow cone at the end. And then the thing was closed. Well, But once the sun goes down here, we'll take the kids out to go get a snow cone or ice cream or something. So kind of make up for it.
Yeah.
But a beautiful Sabbath, man. I think this is what Sabbath really should be like. It's a time where you fellowship with your family. We're spending it obviously in a very beautiful place out here in Palo Duro Canyon. And then it just it's amazing when you look at the formations and you look at the canyon and look at just the natural beauty. It does inspire you, and you should think about your Creator. You should think of God. I mean, it should do something to you. Just the fact that you're in this place and you're seeing all these things, and you're just like, there was a Creator behind it. That's what we believe. We believe there's a Creator behind all this. It didn't just happen by chance. It didn't just happen just because. But I mean, there is a God that created this world, and a lot of the beauty that we see in it, is part of His handiwork, right? Don't you agree?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and it's now that we've, a lot of us have been indoors for such a long time. Let's take advantage of the opportunity we have to see some of Texas nature.
Yeah, it's Texas nature is the most beautiful nature in all the world. Okay, that's a little bit exaggerated, but okay, all right. But it was beautiful. It was a great day. Enrique, you and I, we didn't really plan on doing a little podcast right now. I mean, we're tired, we're beat.
Yeah, I mean, I've already given up. I mean,
me too. I smell like a hippo. I mean, I'm nasty right now. I need a shower. But they insisted, right? All the people around us, Doane, and everyone else was like, you guys just need to do a podcast, even if it's a few minutes. So you know what we should do? We should interview somebody.
Oh, definitely.
We should interview somebody.
We need a guest.
Who should we pick? We've got several people to choose from here. Who should we pick?
Let's see.
Why are they like,
everybody's
no one's
quiet now.
Huh?
Everybody's quiet now.
Yeah, now they're quiet.
Who do you?
Maybe. Okay. Let's get your daughter.
Okay, Eliana, come here.
Eliana, can you please come over here for a minute?
She missed her graduate.
On this side. Come on this side.
Come sit next to the smelly guy. Okay. All right. So Eliana is here. This is Enrique's daughter. And how old are you, Eliana?
I'm 17. I'll be 18 in November.
Okay, great. And it's kind of a special weekend for you, right? Because you're graduating.
Yes.
Right. You're high school.
Yes, high school.
So what was the situation, Enrique? Kind of shed some light on the situation with the graduation and being here, and so kind of, walk us through this.
So, the other reason why we...
Actually, you know what? Let me ask Eliana first. Okay. Eliana, so it's your graduation weekend, right? And, we had some plans to come out here, and kind of tell us what happened. I mean, why is it that you're here, and what happened to your graduation?
Well, basically, I thought that this decision was made way better, and I would have much more fun with the family. And I felt like, spending time with my family and other families is just so much better of an experience than graduation to me, because the graduation wasn't going to be normal. So
that's right.
It was just going to be, a videoed graduation, and I was kind of skeptical on that. I was sad to miss out on that part. But I thought about it longer, and I was like, man, this is just going to be so much better to spend time with my family and make a better memory.
Right. So, well, part of the reason is because obviously, as we all know, we're going through this pandemic COVID situation, right? And so it affected your graduation, right? Because you couldn't just have a normal graduation where you just walk up on stage in front of everybody, right? What was supposed to happen? What were you guys going to do?
Well, for as long as I can remember, at the school I go to, usually the church is filled with people, because that's where the graduation is, and it's filled with people, and all the graduates are being cheered on, and it's a whole big deal, and also, like, all the parts in the graduation are very special, and everyone has something nice to say about each graduation, and I thought that would be very special for me to be there and part of my school's graduation. But since it wasn't going to be the same, and there wasn't going to be anybody cheering me on,
it was only going to be, they were only allowing the parents, right?
Yes, just the parents. And I thought that would be special.
And it was going to have a virtual component to it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there was going to be some virtual. Okay.
Yeah, it was going to be virtual. Everyone would get a code to watch the graduation, but it just wasn't going to be special because no one was going to be on stage with each other. The graduates were going to be separate, and so it wasn't going to be the same. And I just thought this would just be much better to experience this with my family.
So how much did your parents pay you to say that? No, you really feel that way though, right? You really feel that it was a really special. You felt that this coming here, spending time with your family, we're here with my family, Doane's family, was going to be a good experience for you, right?
Yeah.
And are you happy with that? Are you happy to have given up virtual graduation for actual physical interaction with real people?
It took a while for me to get used to the idea. I had to process it.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
But whenever I thought about my family and just spending time more with them, I gave up the idea of the graduation because, it wasn't going to be the same in the first place. So,
your favorite part of today? What was your favorite part of today?
I think getting up and finally seeing that canyon. It was a long hike.
It was.
But yeah, seeing that canyon just made it worth it. It was so massive and just beautiful.
So you feel you made the right choice?
Yes.
And you're happy with that choice?
Yeah, I'm happy with the choice.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Eliana. Thanks for your input on on today's experience, and thanks for giving up that part of that's an important milestone. So congratulations on your graduation. And what's next for you? What are you planning now that you've graduated?
Thank you. I'm not really sure right now. So basically, I'm going to continue with community college, but good. I don't know where I'm going to finish college yet.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, good. Wish you the best, Eliana. Okay. Well, cool, man. Anyone else want to interview?
I think everybody's walked out.
They left. I think we should get Doane.
Yeah,
because he's the one that played a major role in pressuring us to do this right now. So
pressuring.
Get over here.
What's up, guys?
So Doane is he's kind of like a behind the scenes kind of guy in this with this podcast, right?
Right.
Because Enrique, this podcast is becoming more than just an audio podcast, right? Because we want this to be like how would you describe it? Intermedia. How would you describe multimedia? Okay. Yeah. Is that how would you describe it, Doane?
Yeah.
Okay. So Doane kind of plays the role of being our drone videographer. So his
expert.
Yeah. His expertise. His expertise is, flying the drone wherever we go, right? If we're doing something activity, so Duane's going to be there, kind of videoing and capturing everything.
Getting some epic shots.
Yeah, getting some epic shots. So, Doane, tell us a little bit more about like how you got into drone videography and how you plan on kind of integrating that into this part of the ministry.
Well, I guess the way I got into drone videography was I've always liked airplanes, even from a young age. I was always fascinated with airplanes, and there was a time when I at one point wanted to become a pilot, but of course, I found more scholarships to go into civil engineering, so that's where I ended up. But when drones started coming out, when they first came out, they were a little too expensive for me to purchase, and it's just more recently that they've had more reasonable prices that I've been able to purchase a couple and actually make some cool videos. So it's a passion that I've had for a while. I like seeing those beautiful cinematic views from the sky. It's just a different element that you can incorporate into your videos, and so I thought it would be a good idea that since we're launching, our podcast and most likely a YouTube channel under Haystack Nation, that we would combine it with some, have the audience follow us on our, our adventures, and incorporate that footage into it. So, part of this video will probably be making separate videos and linking them here somewhere, in the description below or somewhere here on the screen where you'll be able to click on it and see those videos. But we have a pretty good team. Enrique's pretty good at editing, and I think when we all come together, we'll be able to make some, nice content.
Yeah, I can't wait to see some of today's footage.
Man, today's was great.
Well, we've seen some of the bits and pieces, right, that Doane has captured
on his phone,
and shown us, and it's beautiful. It's just gorgeous, And dude, we've been friends for how long? For a few years, and I didn't know you wanted to be a pilot.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, we never talk about things like that.
I'm disappointed in you. You've never shared that information with us. Okay, so this all started with wanting to be a pilot and pursuing some other career.
Correct.
And so now that you have an opportunity to kind of be in the sky, so to speak, that's what you're doing. So tell us about today, what you captured, a little bit what you captured. What was your favorite thing that you came across today?
Well, the highlight, to summarize, was when we got to the end of the hike, which was the light tower rock formations.
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse rock formations. They're like two twin rock formations that are just beautiful with basically a flat mesa in between. And I was able to capture some really cinematic shots, some nice helical and 360 shots with the drone. And we're excited to put a video together and share that with you guys, and just so you can enjoy what we enjoyed today as well. It's part of the creation that our Lord gave to us so that we could enjoy being outdoors, and fellowshipping with one another and reconnecting to that creative power that He has. I guess with that creative power, if you believe that He created the world, we can also believe that He has the power to save us, right? So there's a big old tie there and all of that.
Yeah, because the world as we see it, as we're experiencing it, we know it's broken. We know it's not. This isn't what God intended the world to be like, especially with everything we're going through. And so, if He's created it, and something went wrong, obviously He has the power to restore it. And we're trying to, through this ministry, through what we're doing, just trying to remind people that, even in the worst of times, we have a faith and a hope that God will, restore all things, and we can enjoy, that life that He has for us someday. So, thanks, Doane.
Right.
Thanks for trying to capture all that beauty, man.
Of course.
Man, it's good, man. It's good.
It adds such a good element.
So actually, this effort's a partnership with. I have my own channel, Better from the Sky, and so we'll be partnering up with Haystack Nation to bring you guys some good content that
was that a plug?
Enjoy,
Yeah, I think that was the plug. Hey, you know what? That's our first sponsorship, so we should get a little something from that. Monetization, man. That's what it's about. That's not a free plug-in, by the way. Just so you know.
So hopefully we'll use these drones for something good, something positive. We want to put out a positive message right through these videos that we're going to be doing, and also the podcast.
Yeah, and the other thing is, of course, we're coming at this from we're all Adventists, we're Seventh-day Adventists, so we're kind of coming at this from an Adventist kind of perspective as well, from a Christian perspective. So, whatever adventures we capture and whatever things we do, we also want people to know that there's a lot of misconceptions and preconceived ideas about Adventists, that we're weird, we're occult, we're strange, we're odd, David Koresh, whatever, and so it's like we are a group of people, right? We're a denomination of faith that really tries to find joy in life, right? Tries to find joy in our faith and in our hope, and we want people to experience that in a good way, in a positive way, right? So
absolutely
cool. So thanks, Doane. Thanks for your part in all this. Thanks, Enrique. For your guys' part in all this. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be epic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more sessions.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
And more trips.
Yeah, that's the key there. And
possibly without the storms, though.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, man.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up, right, Enrique?
Yes.
We're going to wrap it up today because I think we've done a pretty good job of trying to, for our first attempt.
Well, and then the thing is that you've carried a blog in the past.
I have, yeah. So for those of you that may have followed in the past, it's been a while, but What's an Adventist was a podcast, that we had before, and we were doing a lot of blogs and episodes, but kind of moving forward from that now as well, and doing this. So I think it'll be fun, and I'm looking forward to having you, Doane, all this team here working together as much as we can, and bringing some good stuff to everyone. So
cool.
Awesome. Thanks, Enrique.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you. We'll see you back here next time, hopefully on another podcast episode of I would say Adventist Nation, Haystack Nation. That's what Haystack Nation. So
give a definition of why we chose Haystack Nation.
We do on the next one. We'll this was kind of like the intro. The next one will be a little more formal, right? Okay. So thanks everyone. God bless you guys. We'll see you next time.